Meet Capy. This is where he lives. It's a long way off from the city, but he can see it in the distance. Sometimes, how did he get here? Well, we don't talk about that. It involves an escape from a zoo. That's a story for another time. This story begins after Capy finishes a savory lunch. Something unfamiliar appears. Upon closer inspection, it seems to be a very large vibrating box. Next stop, the Big Apple, shouts the bus driver. Of what Capy thinks is the vibrating box, Capy has made a big mistake. They are now zooming towards the big pointy things he has always seen from afar. Rumble, rattle, screech. His journey comes to a abrupt halt. They have arrived at a place called the bus stop. Everybody exits the vibrating box, so Capy follows. The crowd clears. Capy realizes he is very far from home, and in a very unfamiliar place. He is in the middle of the place he has always seen in the distance, the Big Apple. After walking what seemed like miles, but was only 2 blocks to Capy's little legs, he comes to a place called Central Park. Sniff, sniff, a smell unlike anything Capy has ever sniffed fills the air. The amazing aroma leads him straight to a hot dog stand. Well, do you want one? I'm Pug Pug. You aren't from around here, aren't you? Not at all, Capy responds. My home is filled with tall trees, and I have my own pond. Well, welcome to the Big Apple. This is my favorite hangout, Central Park. Let me show you around the city, says Pug Pug. I really need to figure out how to get home, Capy says in a nervous voice. I'll show you the way. I know these streets like the back of my paw. And so Capy and Pug Pug's journey begins. But before they could even exit the park, swoosh, babbles the babbling bat. Swoops in. Pug Pug, the Midnight Cats are searching for you. Who's the Midnight Cats? Asks Capy. Only the most feared feline pack in town, explains Pug Pug. Pug Pug. But be careful out there, you two. Swoosh. These big pointy things are much taller than what I've ever expected. I don't think that was supposed to happen, Capy says. Oh, sure it was. I take this shortcut all the time. Okay. Well, what about that? Ah! Chomp! Don't scream. I'm Gabe the tour guide Gator. So you don't want to eat us, Capy says in fear? Eat you? Yuck. What do I look like? A croc? I find plenty of yummy food down here. I'll show you the way to your next stop. Sure gets dark down here. How do you know which way to go? Capy asks. I listen to the city. I can tell which street I'm under by the sound of the horns echoing off the buildings. Honk, honk. Here's your stop. If you two ever need another tour guide, you know where to find me. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Says Brando, the leader of the Midnight Cats. Who's that? Whispers Capy. The Midnight Cats. We've been looking for you, Pug Pug. Hey, fellas. How have you been? Yo, Don, Bring out Fluffball, yells Brando. On my signal, we run, Pug Pug whispers. 1, 2, meow. Run! Look, Pug Pug, the bus stop. That'll get me back home, Capy shouts. Is this goodbye? Capy asks. I don't want it to be. Before you go, I have to admit that I really didn't know how to get you home. I just needed a friend, Pug Pug revealed. Before you go, take this. A can and a string. Why? It's a way we can talk when we need a friend, explains Pug Pug. I'll always need you as a friend, Capy tells Pug Pug. Hey Capy, I miss you already. Ready for another adventure? The end. Yay.